Thanks for tuning in to Bourbon Drop. I'm your host, Myron. Today, we've got the 8th installment in the REMUS REPEAL batch. Now look, I know that this thing is a little controversial. 5 was marketed as being great. 7 was kind of like mixed reviews. 6 got trashed. Let's see what 8's working with. Let's get it.
Bottom drop, bottom drop, bottom drop.
So one thing that's going to jump out to you right away is the fact that this thing is 101 proof. We got used to REMUS's being 100 proof. Now, I believe the first one was either 98 or 99 proof. I'm not sure. Never got my hands on a batch 1. Had a batch 2 and a batch 3. Really like those. Never got my hands on a batch 4. Loved the batch 5. Batch 6 skipped. I love batch 7. I even put them together side by side. Thought 7 came out over top of 5. Now that might be a little controversial to some. But anyway, a couple of those had really old whiskey in them. Then people started complaining because, you know, I think 7 had like some 10-year-old stuff in there. Let me see. Yeah, so 7 was like a mixture of 9 and 10-year-old stuff. Whereas though 5 was a little older. Yeah, 5 still had the 2005, 2006, 2008, 2008. So 5 still really had some older stuff. So people were complaining because 6 had younger juice and it was getting mixed reviews online. Now this right here, coming in at 101 proof, has 3 different high rye blends in it. So it's got a 17-year 21% rye. And that's coming in at around 9% of the total blend. Now, I know that might not seem like much in the grand scheme of things. So that's roughly about that much of it being a 17-year-old whiskey in there. So then you've got 24% of a 10-year blend. So this is another 21% rye. And then you've got 67% of a 2014 bourbon that is a 36% rye. Now, they're all bourbons. I know I said whiskey, but they are all bourbons in here. So I don't mind, because I understand they're not always going to be able to keep it consistent. It is high. Shout out to Kevin S&W. He has it on his website for $99.99. Now it is out of stock. I paid $119.99, so basically $120. A lot of people still they have an issue with that price. Yes, it's hard for me to recommend something that is 100 proof and running out and going to get a $120 bottle, especially after taxes. It's going to be a little more than that when you're only getting a 100 proof product with a 9% blend being 17 years old. 10 years is still not bad, but when you look at things like, you know, Knob Creek 9, you've got Knob Creek 9 sitting on the shelves, $40, anywhere from $35 to $45 all day long. And it is one heck of a product. But you know, I'm not going to sit here and crap on this product. We are going to get into this product because I really do enjoy REMUS's. Like I said, I thought 5 was amazing. Then I put it up against 7, and I thought 7 was incredible. I thought 7 blew it out of the water. Let's get into the nose of this thing. As you can see, I crack it. I like to get it below the shoulder. I actually bought it today, so it's not like it had a day to air out or a week to air out. It is still pretty much fresh. One of the things I did notice maybe might pop back up, so let's see. Let's get into the nose. That is so nice. That is cherries on top of like cake with like vanilla wafers. Oh, you get a little bit of light oak in there. Now, one of the problems that I thought this bottle had when I first cracked it open was a ton of alcohol. It had the alcohol stung the nose. I mean, it was that bad. So taking that little bit out, maybe letting it breathe a little bit, I don't know. I am not picking that up as much in this product anymore. Actually, I'm not picking it up at all. What I am picking up though is like a sour green apple note. But that cherry, oh my goodness. I love when a bourbon has a really nice cherry note on the palate and in the nose. Let's get into the palate. That is well done. That is well done. It is not super viscous. It is not super viscous and super oily. I would give it a medium mouthfeel. It is very cherry forward. No sour green apple on the palate, more of like a red apple and red apple peel. You get a hint of leather, you get dark chocolate, you get just a touch of char, just a touch. It's more chocolate and leather on the finish than anything else. But that cherry is very prevalent. Really nice, like almost glazed donut-ish on the palate too. Oh my God, this is done really well. Let's get back into the nose one more time. All right, so second sniff, I am starting to pick up a little more dark chocolate. I'm starting to pick up a little more like a lemongrass note. That like wafer, that like, it was like cherries on top of cake with vanilla wafers. That has kind of subsided just a touch. Oh, and the cherry just comes back. Oh my gosh. I love that note in the bourbon. Let's get back into the palate. Second sip, mouthfeel got better. I think a slight drying on the first sip is what attributed to that medium mouthfeel. Because the second sip actually got better. The second sip seemed slightly oilier, and I started to get more of like this rich maple note, like that rich maple syrup note. The cherry is still there. Yeah, still chocolate, dark chocolate on the finish, still leather on the finish. Finish is still going, which is a good thing. Not a lot of spice. I wouldn't say that I pick up really any spice in this product. It's just, it's a slight, maybe hint of black pepper in the background, but it's not really strong at all. I'm really digging this product. The only thing I am not digging is the price, man. Like I said, Virginia ABC had it for $119.99. This thing is so new. I went on the on REMUS's website, because you know they are Ross and Squibb, RNS, their symbols RNS. They, I guess when they distill for themselves, and this is kind of what I think I've read it, not heard it. I've read it somewhere that when they distill for themselves, they are the Ross and Squibb distillery. When they distill for other folks, they are still considered MGP. So I don't know, you know, they're trying to, you know, make their own brand, disassociate themselves from just being MGP, and, you know, be the Ross and Squibb distillery when it's in-house stuff. So, you know, RNS, Ross and Squibb, MGP, whatever you want to call them, it was so new that I didn't even see 8 on their website. Their website was still showing REMUS number 7. Shout out to Kevin for having it on his website for sale, but it just, like I said, it says out of stock, so he must be getting it. But it's just, with the price being $120, man. Even at $99, even with Kevin having it for $99, it's like I said, at 101 proof, there are a lot of great products out there. So it's hard to really like recommend this one. So let's just go ahead and get into the breakdown. I do think that this is a phenomenal product. Is it worth the chase? I love that cherry note. But like I said, this year and going forward, I'm going to be a little stingier with my, is it worth the chase? Is this worth the chase? No, but it is hella good. I mean, this is damn good. Is it worth retail? That's where we're going to come to an issue. Oh man, $120 or $100, depending on where you go to get it. It's still a lot for 101 proof bourbon. I do understand that it has some 17-year-old whiskey in it. However, it's such a small amount when you look at the bigger picture. Like I said, once again, I am not crapping on this thing, but when you got bottles out there like 9-year-old Knob Creek, I mean, coming in at 100 proof, and it's pretty much always a banger, always available, always on the shelf, it's hard to really push bottles like this onto people and give my full blessing. Who is it for? It was strong in the nose when I first got it home. I don't think that would affect a new bourbon drinker. I would actually try to give this to a new bourbon drinker. That cherry note, man. That cherry note is something special in this thing. I don't think a new bourbon drinker would have an issue with it. To me, it does not drink hot. It has a little bit of black pepper just like buried beneath everything, but it is not enough to affect a new bourbon drinker. Will it always be on the bar? I like it. If it was cheaper and always available with the flavors that it offers, it would always be on the bar. And with that being said, let the whiskey flow. Never run out unless you hit it to a drop. Until next time.